All right, Third Style fans, a couple of changes. You'll notice, yes, I got a beard. I'm trying to be like Doug, evidently. But exciting day today. We are going to do a little video. I'm outside of the garage where Hendrik is, and we'll update you on not just pictures, but some video walk around the car and kind of where it currently is and what the challenges are. So thanks for watching, and enjoy my favorite part of the videos, the part where my car actually drives. So enjoy. All right, here it is. I haven't seen it for, oh boy, since May. And so we've got all kinds of good activity. Maybe if you've watched some of the pictures, you know that there's been, the doors have been, whatever, primed a bit and some Bondo on them, etc. This, oh man, just makes my heart happy. To see stuff in primer, it almost looks like, paint compared to what it's been. But really love fenders, how we changed where the turn signal holes are. And I've really liked how that turned out. That's really nice and smooth. Again, good body guy should be able to fix that. And he has done a lot of work on the quarter panels here. So that's getting ready for primer, etc. I'm doing some work there's a fair amount of rust pitting in the this area where we've got the brake fluid reservoir and the washer fluid, a lot of pitting. And so that's going to just get some Bondo. And again, I've been going over with the body guy what shows and what doesn't. That's going to, of course, have a big spare tire in front of it and whatnot. But really like how that's coming out. And now, I've just given a bunch of seals so that he can be checking the gapping for the fenders. And that's fabulous. And then as we come around, again, I may be wrong, but I think this is the first Volkswagen Beetle that he's ever done. He does a lot of, Dodge Chargers, and there's a Superbird that's coming in after mine, and a Corvette. And so anyway, so this is a bit of a different experience for him, and maybe the lowest value car that he's ever done, although we're spending plenty on it. Anyway, dash is, again, I love, and this has been in the pictures, but things in primer. So it just looks so much nicer than that bare metal and all scratched up and whatnot. So excited about that. One of the challenges is definitely going to be getting that door to have that all fit with the seals. That's going to be partly Doug and I's job once it's all painted, but clarifying, what shows and what doesn't show is part of what I'm doing here because, again, body guy hasn't done a Volkswagen Beetle before. But things are coming out great. Current challenge for the body guy, and it was a big challenge for us if you've watched all the videos, the deck lid here, the engine lid, whatever you want to call it. So we had to redo this bracing because the 66 had good bracing and the 64, which is what the deck lid came from, did not. So we put this guy in, and I wanted this because of this right up here. There is a T handle that I just think looks a whole lot better. So there's a handle, you hold on here, you twist it. Technically it ended in 64. I'm putting it on a 66. And so I wanted this particular deck lid. But what we're finding is that this lip is still rubbing in here. So probably body guy is going to have to do a little grinding in here to get that to clear. It's close, but that's a challenge. And then I brought the engine seals. So again, he can be checking things there. The other thing that we've come into is getting this valance. We replaced the valance, cut it right in here. And so he's been working with Bondo, etc. But getting this where this surface and the deck lid itself, it's just not, it doesn't have quite the same angle. Current thinking is that what he's going to do is weld another piece of metal on top of this, cut it so it fits, blend it all in. But that's going to be easier to build this out than it is to try and get all of that hardware to adjust this in and not mess around with what's going on here. And then this is just really, really tight. And so figuring out how to adjust that is going to be, that's the current challenge that he's got. And he showed himself quite resourceful for fixing things, and has more skills and tools and experience to do that. So getting the deck lid, from a distance, hey, it looks great. But with what we're doing, we really want to get that so that these edges, that they sit on the rubber and that they're not going to mess up this whole area for paint. And then also to have this, which is a little frustrating in that so little of it shows, because what's going to happen is there's a wood piece that's going to go right in here. And that's what actually the convertible top attaches to. And then there's some more of the top is going to come farther down. And so there's really just going to be a little bit that shows. But when you shut it, it'd be great if this valance and the deck lid, they just seamlessly go. So we'll see. But it's just, I really like how it's coming out. We talked about running boards and part of what we've got going on. This is an original fender, so you can see, that it's got this nice curve. If we go on the other side, it's not an original fender. It's a reproduction. And you can tell that it has this dent in here. And so, again, he's professional. He knows. And he's like, I can get that to match better. And, probably something very few people would notice, but worth doing to have that in. And so I'm super stoked about how it's all going. And, we're coming along. He says probably take him about another month. So we are sitting here at nearing the end of September. And so he said, I think I'll be finished end of October. And then it'll be take it over to paint. And so I've got once we get a couple more weeks in, I'll be communicating with the folks who are going to paint and see what their schedule is. And the plan would be to separate the body and the pan once again, and just give the body and all the things that need the body color to the painter, and then they can get really good access to it all. And maybe this fall yet, we're going to get some of the work in the chassis. We've got a fuel line to put in and brake lines, and there's a bunch of work. So this car has only, taken its time. So nothing's gone according to our timeline, but it really is turning out nice. Loving it, and super excited. It's fun to be here and touch it and imagine a little more of what it's going to be like when it's going to be driving. But we've got a little ways to go. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. And hopefully Doug approves of the video that I've made and uses it. And I'm sure it's going to get a ton of views because everybody needs to know what's happening with Hendrick. Thanks for following along, and we'll keep you updated.